In today's story, I'm taking bets from the audience on how long it takes these duelists to go from turn 1 to turn 2. Any takers? No? Just as well, none of you would have gotten it.
Funny.
Go into a catatonic state over one card negation, all my fellow feature outlaws. This is Card Games vs. Humanity, and I'm the Annika, aka Double G. With another week of recaps that life just wouldn't be complete without. Be sure to share it with a buddy just to brighten their day. So as per usual, if you enjoyed, don't forget that sub, that bell, that like, hit up the Patreon if you want to support me. And leave a comment telling me if you're just as annoyed as I am that Joey still has normal monsters with less than 1,000 attack in his deck. Because he definitely needs to get on that if he's just going to go pure committal at every move. Just the kind of thing that led our hero Joey to where he is now. With only 1,600 life points left as he stares down these 3 towering normal monsters with no effect and 1,600 attack. Seems his only option is just to switch his Gator into defense mode and set a card face down before ending the turn. I'm so confident that I'm pretty sure he doesn't even draw, or he's just so happy to finally have monsters on the field that he can't contain his excitement. Odion instantly attacks with all 3 of his snakes seemingly only stopped when Joey activates his Scapegoat magic card. Something that apparently can give him 6 monsters on the field, as well as apparently force his monster to choose which ones to attack instead of just the other monsters. Such a useful card that anyone would like to have in the deck. Oh wait, never mind, he has Magic Jammer.
Magic Jammer trap card cancels out the effect of Joey's Scapegoat magic card.
Thank you, Talking Cleavage, for spending 15 seconds wasting our lives explaining one of the most basic-ass cards in the game. Unleashing his assault once again, Odion strikes down all his monsters and leaves our hero Joey with a mere 200 life points. It scares everyone greatly except for Yugi, who says, "Hey bitch, you promised you'd help me, you owe me, don't you dare lose."
Joey, you promised to help me defeat Merrick, and
I fucking hate Merrick. Bob is the only one more scared than Joey in this duel right now, realizing that he may never get a chance to see Raw in this duel. Oh, by the way, remember that entire thing about Joey's mind being too powerful for the Millennium Rod? Turns out we don't even need that shit.
I'd suggest forfeiting to avoid humiliation.
One Magic Jammer to shatter his favorite card, Scapegoat, his world, and his chances of winning this duel, and it's been like 7 minutes already. Oh my god. I says he needs a confidence boost, so she does what any good friend would do and tells him to stop being a little bitch. Just is right here and she's watching this duel, so you don't want her to think you're just a little bitch for the rest of your life, do you? Well, this does remind Joey for the 117th time that people actually give a shit about him. He unfortunately makes the mistake of asking Odion if anyone's ever cared for him like that before. Which instantly triggers a backstory flashback, which, you know, something I'm normally fine with, just not in between turns in a friggin' duel. Ah yes, under the glow of the red moon in the lands of Arcadia, this baby that was left for dead in the sands of Nazrad next to this well. The blanket because it totally makes sense that someone would bother even though they're already a piece of shit. Luckily this well has some stairs in it to allow this stranger to take this baby underground into a life of seclusion where everyone lived happily ever after. Luckily this is Odion we're talking about, and for him screen time is very limited. Bringing us back to the duel, and oh god damn it, Joey's just doing flashbacks again. I'm just gonna fast forward through this part. Only 6 full minutes passed and Joey gets up off his feet ready to play this children's card game like a true man. Ending up and saying he's ready to duel like we're all not supposed to make fun of him for basically going into a comatose state over 1 Magic Jammer. It's been 9.5 minutes into this episode and we're still not into turn 2, so that's clearly 6 minutes too long for you to not have gotten any screen time. Appearing suddenly to give Joey a perfectly explained piece of advice.
Save the world.
oh yeah.
Ah, yeah, just save the world, man. No big deal. I totally forgot about that shit. Thank you, Yugi, man. I'm gonna save the world. I'm Joey Wheeler. What Yugi didn't tell him is that he secretly just wants Joey to beat him because he's actually sick of dueling Merrick himself. He just really doesn't want to have to try very hard near the end of the final. Joey says sure, finally taking his damn turn, setting 2 cards face down before taking this opportunity to do his practice drills for his new job at the IRS.
Hope you're ready to say goodbye to everything.
Merrick yells at fake Merrick to attack, so naturally he does immediately without drawing or doing anything else. Being halted by Joey in the process, activating one of my favorite cards, Foolish Burial. A magic card that lets him put a card from his hand into his opponent's graveyard. Upon hearing this, I just can't help but think they got a few things wrong about the card, maybe like where the card's pulled from or where it's going. What do you think, casual audience member? Naturally, because it's a quick play spell card and sometimes Battle City allows that. He can use it during the battle phase using Grave Robber to pull that card back that he just put into the opponent's grave. Must have gotten giver's remorse. Oh, and don't think I didn't hear you, casual audience member. Don't think I didn't hear what you're saying. Grave Robber doesn't have a cost and you can't just use it like a fucking monster reborn to take any monster from your opponent's graveyard. Silly audience member, you're being rational. Because Jinzo is even more OP than you can possibly imagine, it destroys all 3 of his snakes in one single laser blast, leaving fake Merrick with an open field and very little options.
I won Jinzo in my very first Battle City duel against a real opponent.
Yeah, Esperoba, a real opponent, the only one that actively cheated during the entirety of our duel that we had. One of those incompetent brothers that couldn't even read a card correctly. Yeah, I want real duelists like those. For some reason, Jinzo is 50,000 feet tall as everyone cheers on our boy for turning the tides of this duel duel. The only question is if that was actually 9 turns like he guessed and I just called that it would be when he got Jinzo. Must have been close at least. Although I'm pretty sure this is still Odion's turn because he never ended it. So he draws a card and summons a monster that no one knows why is still in his deck, the Battle Warrior. That 700 attack normal monster behemoth completes his team on the field, devastating Odion's life points all the way down to 400. Definitely not, leaving his weak monsters open to attack on the next turn when he only has about 200 life points left over.
Joey Wheeler doesn't sit back and let people walk all over him.
That's the man who was literally half a second away from giving up on both this duel and his life because of the activation of one magic jammer. Starting to be the second evil character to use it, Odion activates Swords of Revealing Light, stopping Joey Wheeler in his tracks for 3 turns so we can listen to Merrick bitch for a little while longer. Knowing that he can't attack, he sacrifices his Battle Warrior, thank God, to the legendary Fisherman before switching all his monsters to defense mode for the turn. Joey using smart plays, I'm not used to that. Back to fake Merrick's turn, he draws a card and begins to freak out at the sight in his hand. Staring at the Winged Dragon of Ra that Merrick slipped into his deck without him noticing before the duel. Secret tactic that he learned from his true master, Weevil Underwood. Despite claiming that he is unworthy of this card's power, Merrick says shut up and just do it, Baldy, forcing him to obey and seal Joey's fate by placing this monster face down on the field spell zone on top of a field spell card that was already activated.
Good moves take time, but how would you know that?
Oh, god damn. Okay. That one was good. Joey refuses to care about any of this, top decking into Monster Reborn without looking again, bringing back his alligator sword to be used as tribute fodder for his Insect Queen. Bringing together all his Battle City monster winnings on the field at the same time. Too bad all of them suck besides Jinzo. Fortunately for him, fake Merrick has not 1 but 2 fake cards that combine with his great Temple of the Kings to summon a monster that you could just tribute summon for normally anyway. Don't be confused though, because the episode does end with the summoning of one of my favorite monsters of all time, the mystical beast of Circuit. And I know what you're all thinking, and the answer is no. It's not just because he looks delicious and I love seafood. Well, that's it for this episode. I want to thank you all for watching, and of course a shout out to all my patrons. If you're all now kind of thinking what a mystical beast crab feast would taste like, kind of like me right now, just know that I don't have a pot big enough to cook it, but I will supply the butter. This has been the man from Worth with all the girth, ladies and gentlemen. Be the character you know you're worth. I know you're over there. I know. I says our hero needs a confidence boost, so she does what any good friend would do. So she does what any good friend would do. So she does. Am I really that bad today? Bringing us back to the duel, and oh god damn it, Joey's just doing blouse. Joey's just doing blouse. Joey says sure and finally takes his damn turn, setting 2 cards FaceTime. FaceTime? Really? Setting 2 cards FaceTime? That's gotta be one of the worst. Shut the fuck up.